Well, hello and welcome to episode 34 of FPL Top Dogs Ballyhaunis, and just giving a rough breakdown of how we've been getting on. Man United and Brentford tonight, currently 3-0. So we'll be getting an update on the live FPL table. But first of all, the Ramadan is over, so happy Eid Mubarak. Big day, April the 1st to the May the 1st. Well, that's the second now. So massive Sunday, bank holiday, the whole lot. So much kicking off in the sporting universe. Fulham promoted now to the Premier League tonight, beating Luton 7-0, and Mitrovic breaking Guy Whittingham's record of 43 or 42. Well, he scored 43 goals anyway in the championship. That's an all-time record. That Guy Whittingham, his old record. So Fulham are up. So now we're thinking we've got the Mitrovic thing again, and everybody who remembers FPL from three or 4 years ago about Mitrovic, very slow, but he's scored some great goals in that 7-0 thumping against Luton tonight, and also Fulham have broken the over the 100-goal barrier. I don't know if that's ever been done in the championship, but wow. So with things to consider already, with only 3 game weeks left, 36, 37, 38. There's a few teams that still have 4 or 5 games, but United have played their last home game tonight. Juan Mata had played his last game for United. Maybe Matic as well. Definitely Pogba. So a lot of reversal now, upheaval there for Ten Hag. So yeah, fair play to Juan Mata. He may have gotten an assist as well, but he definitely 3-0. So Bruno Fernandes getting on the team sheet. What else happened in the sporting universe? Ronnie O'Sullivan is beaten Judd Trump in an 18-13 victory to equal Stephen Hendry's seventh world title. And yeah, that's just phenomenal news. Ronnie now is 20 years between his first and his most recent title for this year. Class of 92, he's 46, and he just rolled back the years there. And congrats to Ronnie. I know I've bumped into his sister quite a few times, around the town, London town, it's the crack. So you never know who you bump into in this neck of the woods, in the big smoke. So here you go. This is the beginning of the whole shenanigans. And I've got loads of charts and stuff to show you. It's game week 35, nearly finished. Mostly everybody, they didn't have any Brentford or United players. I lost the top 10k, wouldn't have much. Some might have Ronaldo tonight. Ronaldo scored a penalty. 1 minute left of that. Varane scored eventually. Well, I had Varane shortly, but he just didn't do it, and it's kind of too late turning it on now. Last game of the season, when most of the United fans, they were told to march out on the 73rd minute or whatever it was. 17 years of misery of the Glaziers to celebrate or not uncelebrate what's happened to the downfall of United. It's been just dreadful. It's shocking where they are, and massive investment. The Glazers have spent money, but it's just a business, really. As has Van de Gaal, former manager, FA Cup winner at United, says, is we have commercial clubs in the Premier League, and we all know who they are. It's about revenue, making money, and it's not about the game, glory, or success anymore. It's United and City. They work the hardest, they sweat the hardest, and they're the most accurate passers in the game. And there's not much that can put a lace a boot to City or Liverpool. And it's turning out to be a bit like the Spanish league, whereas Barcelona and Madrid all the time. It seems to be a bit more variety in the Spanish division now, with the lack of money in it now. And there's also rumors of Antonio Conte mooted for the Juventus job again. So keep it fixed now. He's denied all this, but I hope he stays on again. But top four are still available. Arsenal in pole position, but you can't count your money or your chips on the table, while you're still betting. So we've still got twists and turns to come. So yeah, what else would we say? Can we do without Mo Salah until the end of the season? I got rid of Mo about halfway through the African Nations Cup, and I lost lost a few quid by holding on to him until the last game, because most people got rid of him the last game before he went to the African, and he scored. He done well, but the problem with that is I had to take probably a 0.2 hit on transfers because everybody jumped the gun. And I just found a way of getting Son in bits and pieces and got other people, and I got Manny in later on. And I just never found a way to get him back. I just and it's kind of worked out fairly okay for the meantime. Looking at the last few games, apart from that Watford game, he on the 1st of April, I was looking through Mo's stuff. He got 19 points against United, cricket score against them. He's chipping away. He's the best points holder I know in the game, but for that sort of money, over 13 odd million now, I just not going to wreck up my team for it. And getting in Mane on that triple captain week when everyone trip captain, I capped Salah, and I brought in Mane on purpose so that he might neutralize the trip cap, and he worked. He actually got just 2 points down on a Salah trip cap when I had a Salah captain and a Mane. So it really worked out there. And so if you have him, I suppose, I think the thing is, most people in the Christy Nicholson Pub League here in Ballyhaunis, okay, Nicholson's is ceased trading and closed the stores. So, but we're not going to worry about that. The league top dogs, our whole moniker, or the main thing of running the FPL here in Ballyhaunis is the top dog name, and the ethos of it, ran by the people and for the people. And yeah, no harm. Just we're going to keep it the Christy Nic forever. So I'm just looking at most people in the top here would have Salah. I don't have Salah. Salah there. Salah, the Guinness Guru's got Salah. So has Adrian. I have no Salah there. Got only TAA. Salah, Fergie's got Salah. Everyone's got Salah. Salah there. Does the Oracle? Yeah, he wouldn't get rid. So I'm the only one without Salah in the whole top 10. But Joey, the Commando, Joey Neenan's the only one without Saka. Everyone else here, we have Saka in the top 10, which is crazy. Joey has no, and I think Saka could be a massive mistake in a way. He's, is undroppable in that wild card. But we had a look through Joey's team already. He's not done an awful lot. He did the same move by Andy from FPL Top Dogs. Now I'm getting this right, but Andy from Let's Talk FPL. He had the Havertz and he changed it to Foden in the last second. I was watching the broadcast, so it's this kind of a FPL by numbers. There's a set number and you color in the sevens to green and the fives to orange and the ones to blue. It's to me, it's just predictable. Andy from FPL is absolutely phenomenal. I call him the master of overthink. The master of overthinking. Of course, he's the master of stats as well, and he's the master of platitudes and cliches. Things like, it is what it is. Another one he likes is, well, it's all hindsight now. So it's kind of a whitewash of everything going by, and I hate the whitewash because if you get a bad result, you've not captained somebody, the wrong move, a bad negative can sometimes kick you and spur you on to do better. And if you just whitewash everything and just blank it out of your head, then you're going back to a neutral state of mood, and you probably lose that emphasis to kick on big or find another way, or actually you fucked up. It didn't work out. You're screwed. So you kind of let go and you relax a bit, and you start making some elevated choices, and that's what I'm on about. So I think he's the master of overthink, and he did predict Son in his team. He was going to get rid of Havertz for a straight swap for Son, free transfer, and he was humming and haw for 20 minutes on the broadcast before the deadline this Saturday. And I thought he was going to do it. I thought he was going to, because I rewatched it on Sunday to see what he did. And he didn't do it. And he's absolutely crying now. But he's top 12, 13,000 in the world. So come on, like, I'm not. But that's why I watch these guys, to kind of play off what I'm doing and get a sort of stance where I am. But he got in Robinson as well, I think, so he could get Foden in, and a -4 took. So he took out Digne, and Digne actually played. So Digne is back in the running. Cash is back in the running. Coutinho blanked, but Watkins scored. So Villa are a funny one now for game week 37. So that's just a comment. If any of you watch Andy, but why not talk about commentators and bloggers? What else? So I'm going to go without more to the end. I'm not going to rip everything up, and I'm going to chance it. Lots of people have done that in FPL in the past. Yeah, he was rested against Newcastle, possibly because of Eid Mubarak and family. It was a away fixture in Newcastle, so maybe it's all psychological and physiological and emotional football. It's not just about skill and who should play and Pep Roulette and all that. So I'm sharing at the moment. I have a recording, I hope. All good. Veltman, yeah, my hero again. He keeps coming off the bench for me here, guys. I can't. I was meant to go and do a bit of research of what the hell Veltman, but he's come off the bench again. This is my team. Everybody's come off the bench. It's been an absolute phenomenal game week. 80 points. I didn't expect this. 35. My big week was 36. I wasn't expect. I'd nearly be happy. Well, be a bit disappointed, but an 80 in a bench boost week is quite good. Although I have been known to get over 110 and 20, sometimes 143 was on my record or something. Maybe more, I don't know. But Carlson scored. Tony's blanked, although he did have a massive chance to get a save tonight. Ericsson was humming and hawing, but United rolled out in their last game. So for brilliant. Yeah, Tarkovsky's come on, but I got 7 off the bench. Very lucky this week. Kulusevski came off the bench, got 2 assists. OMG. And Saturday in my second job, I was thinking in the morning, will I change the Kane? Will I change the Kane? Kane always scores against Leicester. For some reason, I think what won it for me was that Son, if he does anything, he's a midfielder and he'll get, more points if he scores. So that was just basically the main reason why I stuck. And also I stuck by Captain Son against Brentford. So I kind of just thought, well, just stick with him. Although in my last pod here, I did consider, I'll probably change the Kane, but I wasn't 100% sure. So I just left it. But I did throw in Tarkovsky as second sub over Veltman, which was miffing me off a bit. But it worked out well in the end because Maddison now and Shalaba, they didn't play, although he did pick up one of those double game weeks. These guys, as long as Leicester are still in that feckin' conference baloney, I think they're playing Roma, isn't Mourinho's team 1-1, so it's still up in the air. So Madison didn't play, got rested. So TAA didn't play. Don't know what's going on there. Maybe, I don't know, but maybe TAA could be Muslim. Don't know. So there could be, I don't know. It's just speculation. What else? So Schmeichel, yeah, he's good to have. Brilliant. I think actually Andy from Let's Talk will be getting in Schmeichel for probably his free hit. So I love Veltman. That's not the first time this season. He'd be probably going up on my wall like what Andy has Veltman, the way he carries on, I am considering getting rid of him because him and Tarkovsky, but he doubles, but Spurs away and Villa at home isn't a great double. He could concede another own goal the way he's going. It's the way Spurs are going. We don't know. So I'm not sure about Tarkovsky even for a double. Veltman is getting emotional now with this dude. He's just saved me. He's got me loads of points off the bench this season. It's no joke. Son's finally done something. Rafinha never was going to get too much joy against City. But every point counts, and everybody did a good job this week, and I'm delighted. Son astoundingly good. Yeah, the thing about Son and me is it drives me crazy. Last season I took a -24. He came off the bench. He was subbed at half time. Something happened to him at White Hart Lane, and I thought that he wouldn't start against United. I thought he was injured, so I subbed him out. And then I found out he's played against United, and that was the time when they scored 6 odd goals against them or whatever. And he had a cricket day against United, so that drove me off the bend, and I just went Lula. And so see, me and Son, we have a really tricky relationship. It's there's no in between. It's just up and down. It's bipolar to the extreme, you know. What about Chelsea and City assets? Is owning them crucial? Well, for me, it doesn't seem to think so, that it's crucial. It doesn't seem to be think that's just the wife. She's just absolutely addicted to me. The poor mite. I don't know what it is. Really, it happens. Let's have a look. Yeah, I don't think I'm happy that I'm not owning James right now at this moment. Rudiger got booked. I'm pretty comfortable. Alonso, they all get rested. Every Chelsea player in that team is getting rested. And what sort of frame will it be taking they've lost Everton 1-0, but they've got the FA Cup final against Liverpool coming up, and a lot of them won't want to get injured. Everton overpowered them, put it up to them, and they played silky enough football, but they're reminding themselves and they don't want to get an injury. So the FA Cup final's on the 14th, so it's not far away. It's the 2nd now, so nobody wants to get injured for that one. So I'm not so sure about Chelsea at the minute. I'm not sure about Mount. I'm not sure about the other dude, Havertz. And at the moment in my team, I think Chalobah, I'm going to do a bench boost, and he'd be lucky to play one game. He won't play the FA Cup final, but he might play one of those. I think he will play one of them, but then you're only getting 2. I'd rather have someone playing 2. So I'm still quite unsure what I'm going to do for Saturday or whenever the I think it's a Saturday deadline for Gameweek 36. Saturday deadline at 1:30. Okay, fair enough. I am, yeah. I think I definitely get a Villa. I have to get a Villa defender in, I suppose. Maybe Tarkovsky could be good against Villa there. Yeah, and then there's Villa, and then Liverpool, the FA Cup final on the 14th. So will Liverpool, they'll have to rest a couple of bodies. So that's a cup. But then again, the Newcastle at home to City. I think we all will be thinking of Nathan Akai at 4.7 mil. I am surely. I might just get rid of Chalobah for 47, or maybe, I'll figure it out. But that's what I have on the radar. I think another City asset's obviously crucial. Fair play, okay, cancel, but will they play both games? It's the same baloney. 14th, they have 6-8. They play on the 8th against Newcastle. 40, the 11th of May. Then it's a strange one, that. So the 14th, yeah, the 11th. The 15th. I'm sure it was the 14th of May. That's FA Cup final, but maybe he's not. I see City here playing on the 15th. 2nd of May. So wherever it is, I'm totally lost where that FA Cup final is. Anyway, it will all work itself out, I suppose. Fixtures. Oh yeah, sorry, I totally lost the. Yeah, so City are okay. Sorry, there's no problem with City assets. So let's get another. I want to get another City dude and a Villa dude. And I have to consider what to do about him. And he's only 4.2, and he's brilliant point by point value for me anyway. I don't know, everyone has got their own favorites point for point value. FPL dude. Yeah, Shaka. Yeah, he's only one of the top 10. The Joy. So that's about all I have lined up there. Let's have a rough. Let's get an update for the live FPL of the Christy Nic Pub. And I have to admit, Steve STRET has been just an absolute legend. He won't feel like one at the minute, 41 points. Well, if you look at the whole lot, it's 46, 43. It's got a 66 special. It's been bog standard. I haven't checked it. There's a Ronaldo there, 33. Fergie Boland. So Ron, it's just a goal. He didn't get an assist. So it's been a spread of points for United tonight. No great shakes. Just you don't have some Brentford defenders in there. Yeah, so stress all out, no chips, and he's still ahead. He's forging away, and he's just 3 points on. I knew like that Saka assist pushed him ahead. He was level, but that Saka assist done it for him. So good, fair play to Stephen Stretford Nolan of McShirtons in Ballyhaunis Main Street. And unbelievable, 3 game weeks left now, guys. Joey still got that free hit left, so he's obviously going. He's set up. As I said in the last pod, this looks to be set up for game week 37. So he'll do the free hit, and he'll have 11 doublers for game week 36. I'm sure he'll have. It's a tricky one. Spurs. He'll probably get Kevin De Bruyne. Jesus, maybe stick with Cancelo, but the thing, Cancelo's a little bit out. He's brilliant. He's scoring points and bits and pieces, but we just have high expectations for Cancelo. He score a goal here and there. He had a great start and middle of the season. Yeah, so yeah, it'll be interesting what Joey does. I think Chelsea have boiled down a bit, so I can't really know what's going on in Joy's head or whatever. He's doing okay, but he will not be happy massively with that result, especially Salah being dropped. Coutinho then was his vice, blanked. Kane, okay, the guru. Went for the Salah was master of the obvious. That was straight Andy from FPL. That's like what the masses are doing. But in this game, let's try to avoid what the masses are doing and get these differentials. That's what's going to actually do it, because we keep doing the same thing, all of us. We're all going to end up in the same place where we started from. And that's to take a risk here and there, and people are. So there you go. Well done, Stret. Okay, he got save points. Dubravka's done amazingly there, about 6 saves, 6 or 7 saves, 2 bonus points. Yeah, it's more or less the same. He's just got in Coutinho, which is a good move, very, very good move for Stret for game week 37. So he's already thinking ahead, and that's the beauty about when you have no chips. You really go into a different gear, and I don't mind it losing the second wild card in January. I don't mind it at all. Like with Park Rowan, our 2017 winner, I'll just get up I've done a mock, not a mock, but I wanted to put this as a zoom back on the back of my, where it would be my background, but it doesn't work well. This is Park Rowan, our 2017 winner. But out the road, Ballyhaunis, I think Johnstown or somewhere out that way. It's just his brother Seamus Rowan as well. Rouge. But Park won in 2010. He always said, Vinny, You cannot trust you at all. You just come from nowhere at the end all the time. Every year you're on the and that's the way I do it. You know, it's the long grass. You know, catch you in the long grass. You think you've got rid of me? No, but I'm waiting for you a bit further ahead. Sorry, mate. John Kelly, our double winner in 15 and 14, back to back, 14, 15 and 15, 16. I won the first one. That was 2017. I don't have a picture of me back then, but 2014, 13, 14, when Suarez got all them goals, I just captained them. I hadn't a clue. I started this in 2012, and I just had no psychology of the whole thing, and I just left it on Suarez, Luis Suarez, and it didn't matter who they were playing. It's just captain every single game, more or less. A very rotten. I just nearly got me a bloody win, mate. 1,474. You know, the top 1,500, but that's an outlier when you look at the rest of my little bit of an outlier. 2018, Duncan Hannon there. It's Tom and myself, and that's Shane came second. That's just the best picture I've ever. Brilliant celebration, and that's the Guru Killer at the back. Myself, 2020 winner, and Joey Neenan there, our 2021, a nice cup. And there's a Christy Snowman Kilcourse there, our Triple Crown winner in 2019. I had to win it the year after he won it. Jeez, you know, it's just typical the way it works out, you know, the rivalry. So I wanted to do something like that. It's just the history, the whole thing, and I'm carrying it on and doing the best I can. Another, let's have a look. So that's the way it stands at the moment. So STRET's 3 points ahead. He's still, I'll tell you, will it be some sort of, if he wins it, mate, we're going to have a party. Maybe we'll go to Ibiza for the Christy Nicholson presentation, guys. Let's have a look now at the Connor Huss, our number 5 from Roscommon. Bet Sligo the other day in the seniors, and Connor, eye test, of course, it's gone for Salah. You know, you'd be expecting, but it's unlucky. What's that? Did he come on? All right, so he came on. Oh yeah, he came on after 30 minutes. He did. Yeah, right. So that was my my Eid Mubarak thing gone out the window. I don't know why Saka or your man TA didn't start. Bit tired, actually. Tired, guys. I worked hard all night doing the stats for the charts I'm going to show you in a minute. Yeah, so there's a Kulusevski Wegs. I'm not sure about him, but you can't get rid of him in 37. Kane instead of Son. Now it seems to me Son's the guy. So, you know, it's just all decisions there, but his team looks really well set up for game week 37. Got a bit of Everton, a little bit of Leicester. He's got all sorts of bits and bobs, and he's a very versatile team that having phenomenal season. And we'll have a look at his chart, his overall, and I've done the points on the bench as well. So a few twists and shakes to doing this. I think Connor doesn't have anything left either. But Starman has 37. Won't be happy with that. Pookie, I don't know why this rage of Pookie. Oh my God, help me. Kulusevski out for Mount. Ouch. You must have been happy when he was on the bench, and then bang, 30 minutes destroyed that one. A Mount. I think the Chelsea boys are a bit off the pace because of that cup final against Liverpool. Made 2 ricks tonight, the City and FA Cup final, and Mo not starting. That was an absolute downer. He came on for that sub. Oh, everybody's disgusted. Yeah, so Ado, Cody, not happy with that. Tony blanked, but I love his last 2 games. I think Norwich is one of them. I think Brentford have a good run in, so I think he's worth debating whether to keep him for my bench boost. But he's a penalty taker. Martinelli, he'd be unlucky he didn't come off the bench for him either, being a gooner. Ramsey, I would have left on the bench. He's got a bit quiet. I'll put Martinelli, he's a bit more attacking, and exciting player, but there you go. Ado, our star man anyway, is feeling the heat there because I'm not too far behind. It was only felt like it was nearly 100 odd points behind Starman at one stage, and now it's just 16. So I'll take that. And enough discussed. We've gone through that team. I have a headache with Madison and Chalaba, but I'll figure something out. Kylie, AK Long Dog 47 or AK 47. I just all the K boys. Kieran Kylie. What a season from Kieran! Phenomenal. Like can he keep this up? This is phenomenal season. He's just been. He's obviously rolled a transfer for game week 36. So he's playing this thing absolute serious. Is he's a real long dog. Yeah, he's a top dog, long dog. We're all. Well, I'm definitely a short dog. I was watching the Mayo hurlers, last weekend, and they're every one of them to me looked like long bloody dogs. I need a bloody I need a hurley stick just to tap their heads to reach up and hello. So there's Kieran Kyle Meister. Still messing around with Dennis. This Mateta I felt is a trap as well. Pookie's a trap. Cody's a trap. He was good. It's a bit outdated now. Dennis, Cody, Brownhill's been doing very well. He's unlucky. He's really come on phenomenal. Way more than the other dude, McNeil, and another dude, the young dude that's come in. But this Brownhill seems to be, he's definitely skimming a few in. So unlucky there. Nothing to come off the bench for him. So yeah, James, I'm just not sure about the Chelsea stuff at the minute. That's going to be. They have a double game week, but I think they're going to have a rest. There's going to be a rest. There's going to be a rotation there, along with I was going to say City. I mean Liverpool. Yeah, Fergie Walsh's chart's crazy. We'll come to that soon. Look, it's fine. It's fine. Ramsey is a facilitator. Cornet. He's a frustration. Livermento's injured, I think. Livermento's injured. I think he's still got a free hit, so he can still get a boost there, but he has plummeted quite a touch. We'll have a look at his chart in a minute. I'm just giving the rundown here where we are. The sniper is still there. He's really done well to come back. He's forged back. Oracle did very well for a while. I thought he was going to get up on top of me. But all of a sudden it's 80 odd points. It's crazy how a couple of game weeks makes all the difference, and we'll see in this chart. Bally should be nowhere near that team. Alonso okay, but he's very good in the Sun Dream team because he plays in the I have him in the Sun Dream team, and I'm leading my work Sun Dream team. I'm in my second season. If I win that, it's 100 quid. So I'm gonna go all out guns. I'm trying to do things on a few different levels here, guys. Not just this. Werner, that was a risky one. Went for it. He scores the goals. He does very well, and then he has that bad one when you want to captain him. It's a bummer, but that's sometimes it's a cross you kind of have to die on. It's take a chance to get up the table. Chalaba, yeah, I know. Martinelli. And Ketia now is the main man up front for Arsenal. Lacazette, yeah, I think he's not scored many goals. I think somebody said, somebody scored more own goals than him this season. No, that Romello from Southampton, he scored more goals than Lacazette has now. Crazy, isn't it? Like, so it's a funny one with Martinelli anyway. Well, he hopefully gets the game time, but if he doesn't, then Emil Smith Rowe. So that's a slight trap, Martinelli. But I do love Martinelli. That time I had free hit back in game week 18 or 19, and I got him in, and bang, he destroyed Leeds. Yeah, so that's the Oracle. think Alonso that was that ties up a lot of money now. Alonso Doherty had to be done though. At least Alonso will be getting something. Yeah, just a shout out for David McNamara, who finished. He won the Kirkclap Memorial Cup for finishing fourth last season's Christy Nicholson League. So finishing fourth, still have his trophy at home. If anyone knows where he is or where he works, when I get home, I have to find him and give him his trophy. But he's come back. He's crawled back in from nowhere. I haven't done his chart, but it's still, you know, quite down the ranking there. It's still all in the overall. It's not very exciting. Quite not really got the races at all this year, Dave. But he does have a charge. He always comes hell for leather at the end. A bit of a trait that I have. So Diaz has come back in, and Rickarson might be getting suspended now. He might be for throwing that flare back into the crowd. He's in trouble anyway. They could possibly be able to do that initially in South America, but not here in the Premier League England. Okay, Kane is there. I have Kane and Son, and I'm just happy I have both. I got Kulusevski, so how am I going to get Salah in? I'm just looking for ways to kind of outscore Salah, and it's Mane or Son. I'm happy enough. Can't get De Bruyne in no matter what way I look at this, unless I rip up everything, and I'm not going to do that. That's not best for the team. That's where you have to kind of look at what's really best for the team, and it's amazing how it comes to you. Sissoko, Session, it's a lot of in the team. A lot of that's 2 Burnley, 3 well, Long is Burnley as well. Sneer. I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. Dave has been coming back, but I'm not so sure. And yeah, John. So Dave might get his cap. And help him. What happened to help him? He got 29. Salah coming on it for his cameo. Breuer is just old news. He should know being around. Dennis, get rid. Coutinho still blanking it in the minute. James, 0 points, 1 point, 2 points. He'll score about 40 points in one game. But don't get me wrong, he will. But you know, at the minute, it's a bit of a joke. Van Dijk, okay, I'd have Robinson there. Tarkowski, so he's got. I don't know. It's a lot of surgery in that team. It's scary, a little bit scary, and all that rested Leicester dudes is would miff me off. Morgan's fallen down as well, so it's hard to kind of get back in your stride. But I like the look of the team's kind of straight off, but it's a bit light up front. Yeah, very very light. I just yeah, it's some of these just like a kind of a clear vision, you know. It's kind of all over the shop there. Ayew is probably in for that double game week. Okay, fair enough. Maybe you could just throw a body in there. Yeah, so that looks like it could be a 4-5-1 or a 5-4-1 formation. But I'm not. I'm going to go all out, mate. 3 strikers for me. I don't care what Andy from FPL That Stock Football says. So that's all we can say. Just a few. Donny O'Brien, still stuck way down. He shouldn't be where he is. A lot of good names out here. Good pedigree. Look at Shane Healy here. He's gone for Mount. 26 points for the face man. I don't want to say it, but if I got 26 points, I would definitely be getting S-faced. In fact, I'd find a good pub and I would just, you know, I'd have a good time out, you know. Yeah, Eamon Phillips. Now I have to figure out a name for Eamon, but yeah, Jimenez, that's long overdue, but too late. Jesus, Havertz, Foden, got rid of Son. Oh, yeah. Aiden Fitz second last year, so was it third last year. So it's not kind of replicated, you know. So this season it's about the Stretmeister joining in, of course, as usual. It's still favourite. He's not done well with his chips. his wild card wasn't the best. Yeah, he's just got that free hit left, so and his trip cap wasn't great. So yeah, and so we got a newcomer, so Connor Hussey flying away. Didn't expect this at the beginning, but we've been, in communication, of course, tips and help, and that's what Top Dogs is all about. Getting the WhatsApp group, let's all help each other, and let's make this the best league there is, regionally anyway. So there you go. That's the rundown. Let's get off this now. And oh yeah, before we do, is there anything moving in the price rises? 2nd of May, Jesus has gone up 0.1. Shar and Wood, everyone's dumping Wood. I don't know why people are rushing to get Wood. He's got no pedigree, penalty. He's doing well just to run up and stroke it in. That's a plus. God, Chris Wood. Share like he was got in just to, the people are dumping these guys because they want to get their Chelsea in or their City in. Also, they don't know, Dennis is all the rage now. He's got they have a double coming up. I know it's 5.9, could be downgrade a Tony or somebody like that to or a Carlson now that could be suspended, so could be all the rage. Jamie Ward-Prowse interesting enough, he's hitting the ground, did very well, scoring them two goals at free kick. Cancelo, I don't know why people are looking to get Cancelo in already all of a sudden. He's gone up. Matip, yeah, I like Matip. 5.1. I was looking at him, but now 5.2. Kane is dived. Loads of people have got the hump with Kane. But I still, Kane away from home is the guy. Son at home is the guy. And Son now is only 3 behind Mo Salah, I think, in the golden boot. So he's still got a bit to do there. So the favorite is Mo now to do something to win the golden boot, and there'll be the battle of the golden boot with Spurs and Liverpool to come. I think it's the next game in game week 36. Great. So that's the latest there. Okay, let's see the benched or the overall. Okay. Yeah, STRET. Yeah, Steven STRET. This is his overall. This is up to game week 35 down here. So you can see the first game week, 1/4 mil, up to 3. There's not much of a range. He's done quite well. He's found his range very early, up to only over 500,000, a little bit up and down because these game weeks, there's a lot of hustle and bustle. A really good start there. Great stuff. It's a great chart. It's a great curve. This is what you want. Over time, he's found his level. Right there for instance, like if this is a cryptocurrency chart, you start off pretty high, you've got a good start, and then you get resistance, and then you go, actually down here is where you want to be. This is the 50,000, so you want to be down this low level, nearly on the ground. That's 0 here, so you're going to right across over here, so 0 to 50k, 100. So up here is bad. This is too high. So you're finding your range up and down, up and down. And over time, look, he's absolutely got everything rock solid, game week to game week. He's been slowly crawling up that table and up that table. And look at it now. This is a great chart. It just goes to show, you can get off to a pretty bad, not great, not the worst start. Actually, that's a very good, out of 9 odd million to be top 250,000 in the first game week. And he just consolidated that area. A great couple of game weeks here in 6 and 7. Okay, a bit rangy then, a couple of mares, but found his way over. He didn't give up. A great 10 game weeks. He probably used the chip here and there, got a bit of momentum, and look at it now. So that he's our leader at the moment in the Christy Nicholson, and this is phenomenal stuff. And Can the fairy tale come true? Like Joey's won it once now, but I like to see new winners of this thing. And look, it's a great chart. Um, Next, we'll go to Joey's, since he's the second. He's in second. The Christy Nic. What's the story with Joey? I've done all these charts over the last 5 hours of work going into these charts. So Joey, it looks a little bit similar to obviously STRET. But STRET popped up to 500,000, didn't he? But that's a great start. Great start, bit of a mare, but straight back into the game. Like never really out of the top 150,000. That's what you expect from our last year's 79th in the world. So this is actually not a great season for Joey. In his history, his record of finishing top 5, top 1,000, top 10,000, and there you go. It's just phenomenal. 50K, and you can see down here is about 30K, 25K, about bit of a hit there, 100,000, and it's leveled off to just behind STRET, just above the 50K. So he's in a good striking position, and he's got the free hit left. So there'll be another boost there for Joey. I was just saying 36 he'll free hit, and then 37 he'd be well set up because of his wild card before. So sometimes you have to sacrifice for the greater good of your team in the future. Like his wild card wasn't the best, but it was probably the best you could do, so you could sort yourself going forward to 37 and not be, totally goose for 38 when you need to have some Spurs away to Norwich, some City, and Liverpool, because all the big teams, they have great fixtures in 38. So there you go. That's a great chart. He's never been outside the top 350,000 apart from one occasion. This is solid. Brilliant chart. Yeah. Oh, don't want to go to my one yet. Connor Huss. What's the story with Connor Huss? Yeah, so you can see a massive bang at the beginning. It's over probably 2.5 million. Connor started off about 1 million in game week 1 and slowly getting worse and worse and worse, and bang, he gets such a floor, but he gets up the floor like Tyson Fury's coffin Undertaker job against Deontay Wilder, and look at that for an absolute phoenix from the flames. That all of a sudden one wallet takes out 1.25 million competitors out of one game week, and slowly absolutely turning the screw. You can see there's a massive learning curve there, and top dogs, I would like to think that he got something out of all of us, and it's one of his first or second seasons. I don't know, but he definitely feels he's got something out of the whole of the top dogs. This is good. This is what we want. There's nothing wrong here. It's just continual, non-stop, absolute. That's 200,000. So it might seem a lot better chart than STRET or Joey. Was the fact that STRET wasn't around worst 500,000 and Joey worst 350,000, and STRET was half a million worse. The worst was, so there's quite of a big turnaround there from 2.5 million to where he is about now in the top 61,000 odd. So it's a massive, like, you need to really have a logarithm graph or scale to actually show a better, it's a bit of a jump, but that it's a phenomenal. It just goes to show, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that's proper hurling, although he's a footballer. So ooh, wow, that's just that's one of the best charts I've ever seen in my life, to be honest with you. If you have to agree with that. There's not many foot's been turned wrong. A little bump there, but it's not been doing much wrong at all here. So that's Connor Huss's overall to date. it just gives everyone an idea of how we were and how the main top 10 were doing. As can't do much more than what I've done here today. So the Starman's next to is in fourth, Adrian Phillips. What's the story of his season? The charts. Wow, now this is very interesting. Absolutely, what a blow, wallop. Wait, he must have got a shock after the first game week. And then bang, he's took out a load of people, took out nearly 1.25 million again in one game week. And he talk about a recorrection. If this is something like a titration, you know, the end point of acid turning into alkali, or you know, the red turning to blue. You know, this is the red, okay, and then all of a sudden it goes blue here, oh lovely blue, and then there's a bit of purple, and it's like back. This is a good chart as well. Like, is it really? It's not as perfect as Connor's. Really, it's just gone way up an amazing curve, but he's had a really tetchy, a real dodgy. I think what happened with Starman is he played his wild card somewhere around here. He always has a terrible wild cards. But ever since that, he's corrected it all, and he's really, you know, hit the ground on fire. The only terrible thing with stress is he didn't captain Salah and that triple captain. He went with TAA, which is devastating. And just imagine that 155 K that he could have knocked off probably another 30,000-40,000. He's just lost a lot of points to the masses, and it's just something you try and take a chance on. It's just an alternative. Sometimes overthinking. The simple thing, just trip cap Salah. It's easy. Just have a stress-free week. Don't think about. Whereas I played my free hit that week. When Salah was trip capped. So I couldn't play the trip. You can't play two chips at the same time. So that's why in my free hit, I got in Mane to cover Salah, whatever he did, and he covered him brilliantly. 84 points, and Salah got about 86 or something like that. So when I had compared the two of them, so that was just the difference. So Starman, absolutely great season. He's top notch, phenomenal. In 2020, he had a terrific season. 23 2,315 or 14 points or something like that. Top 40,000 or something like that at least, in the world. So he's got these seasons in him, and he deserves a season like this compared to last season, which was a joke for him. So yeah, he's back in the game. 155. He's got his bench boost, so I think that he can. Lots of people have a free hit, so it's in the lap of the gods. All you can do is trust what you have in your team. I don't think it's a time to be massively radical, but just always do what's best for your team. Next is myself in fifth, the guru, Vince Vega. Now, again, I like this. It's a lot like STRET's chart when I was looking at this. A bit sketchy, way out there. A bit like Connor Huss as well. He was way out there, not the best start, but it's not integral because there's such a narrow range. You're talking about 55 points and someone's got 10 points more and you're in the bottom 2 million. Like, it's just, or 3 million. It's a really fine sort of points differential, really, at the start, and it can be a little bit random at the beginning, but then you slowly see the momentum, consistency, and I really like this. From a bit of a hiccup here, I was a bit worried but that's because I decided I wasn't playing a chip here and there, and the masses would get back at me, or I had a plan to do something and I wouldn't get somebody in, and everyone else has. So it's a bit of a sacrifice. Sometimes in the season, it's a mini sacrifice for a long-term game. So that's what I mean about having a clear vision in FPL. What's your vision and where do you want to be? Have a look at the fixtures. I never really go more than about 3 or 4 fixtures in advance, maybe 2 or 3. I wouldn't go planning like what these bloggers do. They go on and they're planning the whole thing out for the. It's crazy. It's crazy. Anything can happen. People can get injured. God forbid. Form can dip. It's just a lot of it's random. But I'm happy enough. Really been clinging on to that top 400k, which is not great. I hate top 400k, and I've never finished outside 330,000 in since 2012 when I first began. So for me, 330 is baloney. I'm just hit the 206, and that minus means that I'll be getting in 7 points from my bench and plus Tony's two, so I'll be getting 9 points on that. So I should be clicking well in behind in below the top 200k. I'm hoping for 190, and then that bench boost in 36 should bring me well down to 150, as high as I can down, so I can limp. Not limp so much because I'm pretty okay set up for 37. But I think 37 and 38 will look after themselves for me. It's just whether you get that look for next game week 36 that everybody starts and your double gamers, everyone gets a double gamer. And that's been key this season. Your double gamers. Are you picking guys that will get those double games and playing? That's kind of what I really generally look to more than chance and rotation players. But this week, um, it worked out pretty well with my rotations with Madison coming off, development coming in. So that's phenomenal. That's where I want to be. Is a minimum top 200,000. Break that. I got yeah. So happy enough for that curve. That's a great chart. Like game week 9, it's been kind of flat, higgly piggly, keeping in the game, down to 200,000, again 200,000, got rejected, gone back up again. Cryptocurrency. This is when I see these charts, it's reminding me of high Kanashi curves and the low and high points of returns. Yeah, so I want this now to flick down here, and that's a great finish for me. So top 150. And after doing all this all season, everybody knows what I've been doing. Where could I tighten up? We'll see, but I might lose a bit of the magic if I go too much to statistics. So who is 6th? It's Kieran Kylie. What's the story with Long Dog? His season overall, yeah, it's an interesting one. Never any worse than 650,000. It's he had such an amazing start, 120,000. Flick, not too bad, but it's kind of slowly kind of ebbed away. Something happened here. What this is around October, November time. This international breaks. Could have lost a bit there, a bit distracted. Don't know, might have got a bit unlucky there with captaincies. But really not a bad chart, really. It's not as over the place. It's basically, like a micro. It's pretty condensed compared to mine and Connor Hussey's. Yeah, that's not bad at all. So, but it's a funny one, really. You'd rather have this chart the other way around. What I mean is, start off here, game week 1. Yeah, you're kind of up, but then you have this massive finish. It's like as if Kieran's having his finish the wrong way around. Like it's just I just wish you could flip that around. He's had such a great start and then lost it a bit and coming back a bit. Still not over. He's got his bench. No, has he got a bench boost? Probably he has something. He might have something anyway. I'm not sure, but he's still in the game. He's 250,000 there. That's 235. So you can see like it's not far off where I was, with where I am at 206 or whatever. So it's still he's still he's in the striking to get below that top 200k. That's a phenomenal season, and I just can't. I just really impressed with Long Dog this season. He's always been fairly on the ball, and he's been making his subs. He's been keeping quiet. I think he's a thinker. He's a introvert when it comes to FPL, and he's mum's the word. None of the guys have been mentioning anything about what he's doing or whatever. I've heard nothing. So, and he's going to probably pick up his first trophy, top dog trophy, with the King of the Travelers. That's not if Connor Husley's got anything to do with it. So, yeah, it's okay. It's fine. It's yeah, it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's good stuff from Kieran Kylie. What can he keep it up, and can he go on for next season? So that's our sixth. Seventh is a Sniper, or is it I think it's Fergie. Yeah, I think it's Fergie. Fergie, great guns. Now, he was leading our top dogs for like about 12 game weeks solid. It was Fergie on top of the Christy Nic, and you can see why straight away. This is just, again, phenomenal start. Look, he was over 2.4 million. Got it down a bit, got it down over these game week up to game week 6, 7. But after 7, 8, 9, 10, look at all these games. He was top all this time in top dog up to 20. And ever since after game week 20, it's been kind of losing it a bit. He's been playing his chips around here, and they've not been working out for him. So he's not been getting much luck there. So he's slowly ebbed out to 310,000. So it's hard. It's hard. He's still got a free hit, so he can get that down. He can salvage this and get under that top 200k would be phenomenal. And I've never known Fergie to be this, on it with FPL. Usually he kind of has this sort of, he usually has a flat line up here, and it's usually all actions up here, the high numbers. Not this season. He's been serious, and I say he's learned an awful lot as well this season. And we'll see that his points on the bench is really, really, really mind-blowing. Not mind-blowing, it is really good. So yeah, you can still get it back, but it's hard to be front running, the pressure and everybody behind, and it's just more experience, in the long, he'll come better for it. Next chart will be, I think, Sniper's next in 8th. Yeah, just got Sniper and the Oracle left. I didn't do Dave Mcnamara's. It's just not, he's not had an awful lot of action, but this is, again, finding his range against Sniper. Yeah, not the best of starts. It just goes to show he's more or less at the best position he's been all season. It's like, for me, Sniper is like the true sniper. He really is. You never see him until the last day, the last moment, that last second, and you're gone. Seriously, scary stuff. And Sniper he's still probably got a bit of action, probably got a bench, but he's got something left anyway. And his mission now, 424, just to get that down under as low as he can. But he's still plugged away. He's in the top 10, and he wants to stay there and make the top 10. Last year he was upset, but there you go. It's just diminishing. They say diminishing returns. It was diminishing. The graph is diminishing all the time. He had a good bit of momentum there after game week 29, but things kind of ebbed away a bit then for him there. Probably trying to do some alternative captain picks. I think he was things that it can either go either one way. You get that momentum, or you get the bad momentum, and it just never. It's just unlucky. It's one of them seasons. Okay. And lastly, Oracle. What's happened to the Oracle? Where has it gone right and wrong? Well, Oracle has been coming and coming and coming. I felt the heat from the Oracle for a good month there. I'm coming. I'm going to catch you. I'm going to get you, Vinny. And sometimes you need that sort of fire, or someone to hold your feet to the fire, and that's definitely what Arkle's been trying to do, is just ramming it in my, like he got broken the top 400,000 when I was about around that 300, and he's just gone that way when it should be just a little bit down this. That's the, you know, it's just a bit like Sniper there. It's just last few game weeks are just not really paired. And the likes of that Son crazy load now against Leicester, and a few of these freak results, they kind of against the, and everyone else blanks. It's just so frustrating that it just can all turn on a twist of fate. So yeah, the Oracle had a great start, of course, looking well, but the moment he hit 200,000, he got a nosebleed, and straight way over the top, you know, twice, 1.4 mil, frustrating, languishing around there in the Netherlands or the Netherlands for about 17 game weeks, and then something clicked, got a bit of momentum. You know, and this is a great curve going all the way down. This is actually, this section is phenomenal. Like this is a great section of curve. It's like a season of two halves for the Oracle. It's just a season to forget about for 17 game weeks, and from then on is using his chips and bits and pieces, and he's really grafted to get down here. So I hope he doesn't lose it. 436,000. They're similar to kind of, you know, Sniper's position. Although Sniper has started from a high, he's really been fighting to come all the way down. He's done well, and so is the Oracle. Oracle's done really well to get down to where he is. And I think the whole point that if I was in this situation, if I have something left, he might. I don't think he has, but you know, it would be nice just to get down another 100,000 places. Yeah, you can just jack it in, but like it's, you know, you're ninth in top dogs. David McNamara is in 10th, and Halpin, John Halpin, who has got good pedigree in FPL, he's in the 11th, and he's looking, you know, and I will have the hats done because my wife will be here in Britain, and she'll be able to do it all online from Britain in her Asian website that she can collect on. I have no hope of doing so, but we have the hats all done, so everyone hopefully be all good. Oh, there's a lot of work today, so that's the charts done. Next, that's a big bit of work done there. The bench charts are interesting. Yeah, stress has had a total of 207 points on the bench, and looking at all our top dogs, mainly in the top 10, you can see he's not done too bad here really. It's kept it to a minimum mainly of 8 to 10 on the game week to game week, just a lot there in 28 and 10, with 207 bench points there for STRET. Yeah, what about myself? Yeah, 200. So yeah, STRET had 207. I've got 173. Happy enough with this. It's kind of not bad average to have between 4 and 8 on your bench. It's not criminal. Actually, I'm very, very happy at 173. That's good. Apart from this, that's only 22 points actually. It just kind of depends. You know, if you've had a good game week. Oh, somebody's in the kitchen downstairs. It's 11 o'clock at night and they're cooking. Lovely jubbly. Nice vindaloo at this time down the hatch. So look, I'm happy 173. I just keep looking. Is there? Yeah, I've got something on Sniper and Fergie. But yeah, that's fair enough. So 207 is a bit high for STRET. So you mean there could be the more points you have on the bench, the less you have on your official total. You know, that's what I'm getting at really. What's the story, Joey? Well, Joey got up to 36, 204. So similar to STRET. Stephen STRET is it's not too bad. 18 is the max. Here in Gameweek 23, 15. It's not too bad. This sort of range, as I said, is not bad. It's not a bad season. 204. I don't think he's left too much on the bench. These ones are blanks where he's left nothing on the bench, zeros, which is great. That means everyone's come off the bench, or he's played this bench boost, I think, in Gameweek 30. He won't be happy like bench boost in Gameweek 30. He got about 54 for a bench boost, so that was something that would irk him. So it's just one of those things. So you can get 0 if you play your bench boost, but yeah, look, it's a sign of a good bench as well. When you've got points in the bench like that's a good thing. It's best to have something in case of an emergency. But loads of people have nothing on the bench. Next is the long dog, Kieran Kylie. Now, as you can see, he's got loads of blanks here. I think he's been the best. No, I tell a lie. He's not the best, but 148 is phenomenal. Very, very good. That's good hurling for Kylie. He's had a phenomenal season. I think my God, Kieran Kylie is he's had a stormer of a season. Can he look not as good as the face man, Luigi? What a season last year, but couldn't replicate it. It's all about consistency, 21 points. There's a lot of big animals left on the bench there. But it's brought down. So his average is quite well, when you're 148 after 35 games. I don't think there's too much that you can moan or complain about here. Next one is the Oracle Marquee. Is here loads of blanks here. It's left nothing on the bench. Now I'm a bit mixed feelings about this. Looking at the points, okay, 18. You can have some bad game weeks where that's probably a double game week, or one of them, where you've not played your bench boost, and somebody on the bench has done amazing, like a Bowen, and he's a single gamer and he's on the bench, and that's easy done. It's easy done. But a lot of it could be that at the beginning he may have had all his money on his first 11, and he's had kind of fodder and make weights, so it might look good, 107 points, phenomenal, but it could be a sign that he'd not had a lot on the bench he could be missing someone to come in, not like that has kind of good value. You need to keep looking at those 4.3s. At the beginning it was Livermento, wasn't it? He was the bargain of the century, and Shane Duffy at the beginning of the season, and other dudes like that. Now it seems to be Amatri, that's the dude now that's doing it, and even Veltman at 4.2. But there's a lot of value. So I don't believe, I never buy into having fodder on the bench, and they'll never play. That's I try to avoid that at every. So I'd rather have something and keep an eye on those facilitators, make weights that will be coming, doing their cameos. Any point is crucial. So that's the Oracle there. Sniper. Now I think Sniper, he's got the highest of all the bench boosts, the bench players leaving points on the bench. And a game week 29, as you can see, is the outlier here. It's about 36 or 7 points here. It's a lot, and but it seems a lot. Yeah, so sometimes these statistics, they can hide the truth. This was this game week, 89 points, great score in game week 29. But Cody on the bench, Rodrigo from Leeds, Ramsey done well, sat on the bench, but he's only lost a point against Sanchez. 14 versus 1. Okay, that's, you probably would play Digne there because he was just coming in and all the horror about him. And Rodrigo, look, him in it, I don't think he's done much wrong there at all at Anthem. Don't think he's done anything wrong really. It's just he's had a great bench. So I understand that these things can be deceiving, you know. But I still like doing the points bench stats at the end of the season. Just give people. If you look at all that, that's really really good bench. Just like overall 5 to 6, 7. It's okay. It's okay, but 204 is a bit high, mainly because of these two. But I think he can get rid of that game week 29, as I've shown. And I think he's more or less down to 207 and 204 where STRET and Joey is. So I think it's fine with I don't think he's left too much on the bench. Or I don't think having points. I think basically all I'm saying there is mostly everybody they've been clever enough on the bench. You know, we're not talking about 300 odd points here left on the bench. We've seen Kylie's. Have we seen Snipers? Yeah. Yeah, we've seen the Oracle 107. Yeah, yeah, great. Yeah, oh yeah. This is the one. Yeah, I haven't seen Fergie's. We haven't seen Connor's. Yeah, so Fergie's again 11, 10, 141 left on the bench. I don't see much in the line of, you know, blaming whatever's on the bench here as a. It was probably bench boost. Yeah, he had 1 week where he left -1 on the bench. That was hilarious. That was really really funny. That was so he's even managed to pull that one off. That often you leave minuses on the bench, and that's a good thing. Trust me. I had to deduct 1 point from his total. Actually, it was hilarious. Probably look, it's all moot really. But anyway, that's just stats there. Yeah, I'm happy enough with that there. 173 is fine. Everyone has that outlier. The Commando and 204. Yeah, again, that's what that looks like. It's fine. It's a long dog. A few bangs there. It's a sniper, so that's fine. Stretch. Yeah, so that's good. Got Connors. Yeah, 2. But Connor, yeah, this is one that's approaching more like 300 points. So I think this is something that Connor can have a look at, is his bench. Having too much money on the bench, or just getting a bit unlucky. But 16, 18, 20, a massive 30 in game week 20, 29. It's just something I think, you know, you can have a look at. Having too much money on the bench, that's somewhere you could sharpen up. But just have a quick look at what happened in game week 29. There's no harm in, you know, he's having a phenomenal season, but we're talking about next season. It's just something you can notice for next season. Wildcard played 59. He wasn't happy with that. 84. So he again had Cody, like Sniper on the bench, Ramsey on the bench as well. So it was very similar to what happened to Sniper there. And Sanchez as well. That's strange, but Sanchez is fine. Ramsey got a 10, 14. Robinson fine. So he's not really lost a lot there, but still, I just no. There's fine. It's a lot like Sniper, that one. It's no harm having a look at this stuff. But all these, surely somewhere down the line, 271 points. Surely, maybe it could have been 20 or 25 points. It makes all the difference. So I think it's just something to analyze in the future and have a look at your subs, and it's just something I pull up anyway. Okay, this is a long video. So pick team for the next game week. I'm just really happy the way I've left it this season. Look, I think every transfer and everything I did it's kind of pulled off. I was thinking about Foster. I just left him on the bench as fodder, and now he has a double game week, and he'll get save points. Watford are no great shakes, but you never know against these two. Looks like Norwich have been relegated anyway. After Burnley winning away to Watford 2-1. I think Watford still, it's only a matter of time if they're not already out relegated soon. It's between obviously Leeds, Burnley, and Everton. So we'll see. I think Watford still have a chance, but anyway, I'm not sure about Chalobah. Of course, I think he played the Leeds game. There'll be rotation there. The FA Cup. Liverpool, obviously that Villa game is going to be sketchy, but all the Liverpool will be ready and waiting for Tottenham at home, which is not going to be, it's going to be that high line versus Son. It's going to be the Son versus Salah show that. Cancelo, I'm just a bit meh about Cancelo. I'd nearly get rid of him and just get two City like Laporte, and be nice if Kyle Walker was coming back. That he would be a differential, but Stones you couldn't put in. Ake, is he injured still? So I just have to leave him there. There's no point messing every transfer. I don't want to take any more minuses or any hits until the end of the season. I'm even worried about my transfers of 44 there, and for every transfer you do, if you finish in equal points to your competitor at the end of the season, the ones with the least transfers finishes above you. So every transfer counts, and I don't want to be taking -4, so I won't. I have 2 transfers for this coming game week 36 mega double game week. So even as it stands, that's not too bad. But I'm not really excited about Rafinha. Against Arsenal, will they give them a go at the Emirates? One thing about Arsenal, they're not Spursy, not as bad as us anyway. I'm sure they'll figure out something against Leeds, and then Leeds against Chelsea at home. Well, I'm just trying to think. I'm not really happy with that. What I have on the bench there, for playing a bench boost. Schmeichel mightn't even play both. Rafinha mightn't play both. He might score an own goal, but Veltman might score and get a clean sheet. That's all I'm expecting. So to get some value out of this bench boost, I might have to do a -4 to take a chance of getting rid of someone here. I don't think Maddison will play both them games, but you want him for Norwich, and Vardy's back now. So Vardy is interesting. He came on for 30 minutes and he's playing in Europe, so he's back in the race, and that's bad news for Daka fans, maybe, and Barnes, I don't know, but yeah, Madison's a worry now, so I have to rethink what to do. I'm keeping Saka no matter what, keeping the 3 Spurs boys to the end of the season. Like, if I like the fixtures are like, you want them for Burnley and Norwich anyway, and they might get something against, you might be getting an assist against Liverpool but lose. Some might score against, or Kulusevski might get an assist against Arsenal, and then this is captain material, the last 2 for Son. So I'm going to go all in Son. It's just going to be stick and fix captain, I think. In Son we trust, even though we have Harry. So that's all. I think looking at now for myself as Rafinha, I'm not in any great mood to get rid of anyway. I have him this far. I'm thinking about keeping him to hell or high water, and it's Brighton and Brentford left, and they still got a lot to play for Leeds. They might be fighting hard against Chelsea at home like Everton did. So yeah, I think Rafinha is okay. I'm not gone on Tarkowski. He plays double in game week 36 against Liverpool and Villa, or Liverpool and the Spurs, and Spurs and Burnley. No, he's Burnley. Oh God, so tired. Liverpool anyway. That's what I don't like about Tarkowski. Yeah, Spurs. I just don't like that. I don't want him playing against Spurs. And then he's got Villa. Yeah, I get mixed up with the claret and blue bloody colours. Yeah, so don't want him. He has to go. Veltman 4.2, nothing. So after United, they're not the worst fixtures. So I'm thinking, as my lucky mascot, I could keep Veltman. He's only 4.2, and I'm going to have to end up getting somebody as a facilitator. So it looks, can you get rid of Madison? Will he play? Chalaba, I'm worried about him. So I have a few issues. Defo, I got lucky this week, massively lucky. He didn't play against Tottenham. So I'm not impressed by his form. He's mainly been doing it in the Conference League. I got him in a while back because I thought, like, he's going to build up, but this Europa thing is, knocked him there, form-wise, for points-wise. So I'll figure out something more towards the deadline. And might as well leave it there, really, guys. Thanks for listening and watching. What's the latest there, Tom? We've been going quite a while now. United are morale boosting. It's finished 3-0. That's the table. Chelsea not certain of finishing top 4. Look, you just don't know, mate. Anything can happen. Like, that's 3 points between Arsenal and them. If Tottenham gets something against Liverpool and Leeds Chelsea jacket in against Leeds, look, anything can happen in football. It'd be a hilarious thing. It'd really be crazy. The new owners of Chelsea, I think, is going to be an American dude. I forget who's come in as, but Chelsea are nearly on the way to being sold. I'm sure it's here somewhere in the headlines. Whatever. Yeah, so well done to Juan Mata. Congratulations on a great career at United. I think he deserved more. I think he should have got more of a chance, especially in the last. He's had his swan song game. And that's all we can say about that. What's the end of the table? Yeah, well, Everton. Yeah, Watford are gone. Yeah, Watford are. Yeah, both of them are relegated. It's 12 points there, isn't it? 12. 12, 4 by 3 is 12. So they're not relegated. They have to win all their games, and then everyone else loses. So yeah, I think Watford are down. So it's just them 3. Southampton, the rest are fine. They got their 40. Yeah, so it's all to play for in the top 4, the bottom 4, one of 2, and the top 2. So exciting times. Also want to commiserate with AFC Wimbledon as well. They got relegated to League 2 after all these years, and in League 1, about 6 years in League 1. So it was coming for a long while. You flirting with relegation. We needed a penalty last minute against Fleetwood to stay up 1 year. I think Kedwell scored it, I think, for us, or either that or Piggott, one of them anyway. And I think it was Kedwell, and that was a few years ago at the match. And finally, now they're League 2. So once you get relegated, it's so easy just to fall down a few more tiers. But great stadium at Plough Lane. They'll kick on. I don't think they'll be favourites. They don't have the massive investment. They get a lot of young kids on loan from some of the top championship clubs. And it swings and roundabouts, when you're dealing with a small transfer budget, and you're owned by the club's fans. So the potential of getting a big budget in is minimized for players and wages, but at least the club has some sort of a future, a great fan base. It won't go bust anytime soon. It's ran well, and they can survive League 2. Maybe I'll see them win a few games. Saw too many draws this season for Wimbledon. They drew about 18 out of 46 games. You can't do that. It didn't lose as many as you think, probably 16 or so. But what didn't get enough wins, that's what they had. That's what they needed. And Fleetwood stay up on goal difference. And it's a funny old game because we were winning 2-1 with only a minute left to go, and Fleetwood get a late goal back in November. And I said, hope we don't regret that. And it turned out to be true. But onwards and upwards, and thanks everybody. Yeah, of course, we have the cup thing going on as well. It's the only cup thing that we have left. And Chris, I might have a little trophy of somebody. Have I got knocked out with that bloody thing? No, I don't think I did. Yeah, 73. So Kieran Kylie is knocked out, and I advance. I'm sure all game weeks current was 36. It doesn't come up yet. How did STRET do? I think STRET's out. Current, is he? Yeah, okay. Well, you can go into this cup thing and see how you're getting on. Anyway, guys, yeah, thanks for listening and watching, and best luck with your teams. I've got the whole thing done early, done a lot of work today, and can chill out now for hopefully a week. Okay. Take care. God bless. Thanks for watching. Guru out.